Hi there, folks. Welcome to Advisory. Hope you guys are all doing well on this rainy Thursday. Today is mostly going to be for current freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. If you're graduating this year, obviously it won't pertain to you, but today we're going to show you how to look at your schedule for next year and make any changes that you may want to with your counselor. So, seniors, you can take today an advisory to work on whatever you need to get done. But for the rest of you, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, this will be how to look at your schedule for next year. It's going to work best on a computer, but if you don't have computers in the room that you're in right now, you can use your phone as well. It just might take a little bit longer. So, this is the next slide that you're going to see, and you're going to follow these instructions. First, you go to portal.dallasisd.org and log in. By the way, portal.dallasisd.org is where you can get to everything that has to do with school. You can get to PowerSchool through the portal. You can get to Clever through the portal. So instead of typing in PowerSchool and all that stuff, start here for anything that you might need. You can even check your student email over the portal, everything. You're going to find the PowerSchool app. Looks like that app up there at the top right. On the left side menu, you're going to find the words class registration. And then under that, you should see a list of your classes under 2025 2026 course requests. And this might be a little dated, but this is what it should look like. You're going to find the class registration button there at the bottom left. And then, of course, it's going to say 2025, 2026, but you should see under course requests a list of all of the classes that you are signed up to take next year. As you are looking at your course requests for next year, you should open up a new tab and type in bit.ly/WTWCV 2526. You can also, if you're using your phone, scan this code. And this is what that form is going to look like. Please read the top carefully. I'm going to read it for you right now. What you're going to do is review the courses you selected for next year. Please check your electives and your core classes. You may only complete this form once, so please look over everything very carefully. Counselors will make your 25-26 schedules based on these choices. However, we may have to make changes to add courses required for graduation. Counselors will not make any student requested elective changes at the beginning of next school year. Now is the time to make sure you have selected the correct electives for next year. So now is the time to request any sort of changes. If you request to get out of an elective or to switch elective classes at the beginning of next year, they are not going to be able to do that for you. So make sure you select now what you want to do. And they have a definition of an elective. It is any class that is not English, math, science, or social studies. You do need electives to graduate, but you have some freedom in choosing the classes that match your interests. These are things like band, orchestra, athletics, choir, dance, JROTC, theater, all of those. Also, if you are in an AP class that you do not want to take, or you are not in an AP class that you do want to take, make sure you indicate that as well. So you'll do your ID number, last name, first name. You'll select your counselor. If you don't know who your counselor is, hopefully you know what your last name is, because that is how they are organized. So for instance, if your last name falls within A through CRU, your counselor is Mr. Ross. CU through Hernandez is Miss Kirk, and so on. If you have a class that you would like to add to your schedule, you put it right there. What's the name of the class or classes that you would like to add? And the next question is, what is the name of the class or classes that you want to remove from your schedule? Keeping in mind, if the class you request to be deleted is required for graduation, your counselor will not be able to honor your request. So you can't just say,
Hey, I don't want to take science anymore.
you have to take a science credit. You have to take some of these core classes. And so just keep that in mind. And then anything extra, any other questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you write them very carefully and politely in this box right here. And then click submit. This is what we are doing in advisory today. So take your time, read everything carefully, ask whatever questions you may have to your advisor, and they will try to answer it. But make sure that you fill this out before leaving this class today. There are some discussion and reflection questions about next year for you guys to answer as an advisory class if you have time after everyone has finished filling out the form. But that's what we're doing today. Look at your schedules for next year, request any changes that you may want, and ask any questions that you may want to ask of your counselors, and then start to get excited for everything that you got going on next year. That's all from me. Have a great rest of your day. Be good to yourself and others, and I'll see you tomorrow.